All right, I'm on hole number 6 of the Clifftop Links tournament. I'm in Monday's practice round of the Ricky division. Just trying to get in some playtime here just to see if I'm bringing the right clubs and see what I can learn today. I have learned some stuff, especially on hole 2 on these par 3s. I'm trying to establish what kind of wind adjustment to make on it. What I'm going to do here on this hole is I'm coming out into this area with an extra mile and a Titan. My goal is to try and get in my rapier range so that I can do a short little chip on there for eagle. This is you got a really good shot. Even if you go to the right and you hit out there, you have a serious shot out there, you're going to be in your short iron range. So I'm going to bring an extra mile, and I'm going to bring a Titan. I want to check my rapier here. So my rapier's 63% accurate. If it was 50% accurate, that'd be 2 per ring. So take 3 off of that, it's 1.7 per ring. Let me write that down. Rapier is 88 equals 1.7 per ring. All right, I think we got everything we need. Now let's go out there and check it out. If you're taking the shot, really watch your line. If you're taking the shot to the right, really watch where you're ending up out there. You don't want to overshoot that. There is enough, there's fairway you can go out into that's past what would be the optimal area. Okay, the goal here is not to have to do any overpower, and we're right at that spot with a 2.2 headwind, where I'm going to have to engage just a little teeny bit of overpower, because it's going to push me back 1 ring. I'm going to come over into this area right here, and I'm going to do just a little bit of curl and just a little bit of overpower, not so much that it makes the needle go any faster, and hit it great to the right. That's what happens when you hit great to the right. I'm going to work this shot as the weak. If you want to make sure that you don't have to use any overpower there, you can bring a 4 power ball. If I'm not liking my results here, I will start hitting out to the right, because I would rather come to this hole and every single time get a serious shot at eagle with my short iron than to come out here and every other time, or once every 3 or 4 times, end up in the rough or the sand. And that little bit of headwind they put on there, they did that deviously just because you can reach that with a 3 power ball. And so by putting that little bit of headwind in there, it's making us expand a little bit better equipment. .27. This range right here, that's about a half a ring. Hitting it perfect. That is, we run into these types of situations a lot, where your ball is here and you've got ball guide that's going through the hole, and you move it not even a half a cup, you just barely move it and the ball guide disappears. And the thought process is that, well, it's hard for me to explain to my brain that ball guide disappeared and it's not going to run out. But my brain keeps thinking that it's got to run out, because there's no way I could be an inch over and I'm going to run out 6 more yards, and where I'm at, it's going to be 6 yards short. So normally when I get to those types of situations, what I'll do is I'll get closer to the hole and I'll engage more backspin. That way I'm not relying on the ball guide. I'm up closer to the hole. And this hole has a lot of that depending on what angle you're hitting it from. So if you're coming at this hole, let's go back and look at that. If you're coming at this hole from over here on this side and you're up high and you're coming at it, it's the same thing. It's got a, but if you're in the mouth here, you're looking more in the mouth of it, you're going to get a little bit better read with your ball guide. If you're up here, and like from where I was at, I had one, here's the cup, I'm right here, the ball guide's going like this. I move it over a quarter of a ring, and all of a sudden the ball guide's stopping short. And you can see there, I trusted, I was thinking that, well, it'll run out. The ball guide's lying. The ball guide wasn't lying. So what I would normally do in that situation is I would get closer to the hole and apply more backspin and not worry about the ball guide so much. But this hole is definitely eagleable, and if you come out to this area right here, you're going to get this, it's super easy to get out into this area, especially if you bring a quarterback, not trying, because you don't have to get everything. You don't have to get up here. This isn't actually a good place to be. You want to be down here, right past that shadow. Draw that line on here. You want to be right in this area right here. It's hard here to get around the corner unless you start way out here and put curl on it and try and bring it around the corner just to get into maybe your mid club. But if you're trying to get around this corner, you're going to have to come out further to the right in order for your curl to engage the course. If you're hitting it pretty straight up, the goal is to be like right in that area right there, so you have a nice straight in shot. And this shot here is going to be, you get to that spot, you take a short iron. You get to that spot, you take a short iron. And it's super easy. You're going to take the short iron shot pretty much every single time you come here. Where the red line was at right here, I had a 2.2 wind. The wind was going in this direction. So, and I hit it great to the right. So I'm set up in the middle. I hit it great to the right, and with an extra mile, that great to the right put me right into that rough right there. So it's going to be very important that we hit perfect, or make sure you set your shot up more to the left. If you hit it perfect, it ends up out here. If you hit it great to the right, it ends up out here. Where your problem would be is if you hit it great to the left, then you're more than likely going to end up in the rough or the sand over here. And you don't want to be behind these trees. You don't want to take a shot like this where you're trying to get yourself into your short or your wedge range and then turn it into a shot where now I have to maneuver around trees. If you don't want to bring out a 4-power ball for this, definitely just go for this shot. You're still going to have an excellent look. And if I do this shot one more time and end up in that same situation with that minor of an error, I'm going to switch to this because I would rather take a clean hornet shot for eagle every time to pick up a shot than to ever end up in the rough. All right, that was hole number 6 of the Clifftop links. Let's see if it refires up. I was not out of it for that long. Hopefully everybody's practicing today. I see a lot of my teammates, they get on Monday and they qualify on Monday and they're cold. They haven't really played those holes, and it's best if you can go out and practice on Monday and then try and qualify. Give yourself Tuesday, and if your Tuesday round starts off, you get to hole like 4 or 5 and you're not feeling it, then you can make that decision on whether you want to risk waiting until Wednesday and qualify. But it does give you some options if you practice on Monday. All right, that was hole number 6 of the Clifftop Links tournament. Thanks for watching.